Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly winery update. I'm Amanda, and thank you so much for joining me. I have a lot to talk about tonight. I had to honestly cut back on some of the stuff that we have going on, so I'm so excited to go through everything that we have happening at the winery. But first off, I got to tell you what I'm sipping on tonight. So tonight I've got a little bit of 14 Pointer in my glass. If you haven't had 14 Pointer before, it is a red blend of Wisconsin grapes, and then we aged it in some whiskey barrels. So the whiskey barrels give it just kind of an extra little pizzazz. So if you guys are watching this and drinking something good, let me know in the comments what you're sipping on tonight. And I have some sad news. If you guys missed out on our episode last week, just want to fill you in. This is going to be a solo show for now, and Paige has decided to take another job, so it's going to just be me tonight. But don't worry, I've got a bunch of fun special guests that are going to be joining us and some other of team members. So, Alexis is drinking some Edelweiss. Amber's drinking her last spiced red. Oh no. Sarah's drinking water, but I think she wishes she was drinking some 14 Pointer. So I love it. Well, if you guys are sipping on something, let me know in the comments. We've got a couple of fun new segments that we're adding here to our weekly winery update. And so I'll be playing some of those as we go. And then we've got a lot of events that are coming up here. So I was working with Mel, who is going to be doing our events and trying to run through all the things that we have coming up here in the near future. And I cannot believe how much stuff is starting to happen again. It's an amazing feeling. Like this next month in May, we've got multiple events, which that hasn't happened in like a year and a half. And so I'm so excited to finally have events happening again and seeing things happening at the winery too. We've got more stuff going on. So I am so excited. So coming up next month, if you guys haven't heard, we're going to be at this Makers Market at the Rock County Fairgrounds. And then we're also going to be at Sips and Sounds for a Grace. Then Pairings That Please for Health Net. There's a lot of fun events coming up here. So stay tuned. Watch our Facebook page here, and we'll be announcing different events and things that are going to be going on as they announce the tickets and everything too. So we've got a lot of fun things happening at the winery as well, though. If you didn't hear, we were supposed to have the myofascial release demonstrations and mimosas. That was supposed to be tonight, but it actually got moved to April 28th. So if you missed out on that, have no fear. They're going to actually be coming in 2 weeks from today. So you still have time to come for that. And so we've got that is rescheduled. Then there's just a lot of fun stuff that I'll be going through here. But first off, I thought we'd kick it off and see what Allie is pouring tonight. So let's check in with her.
Back to pour decisions. This week, we're going to use our Finally Friday Red to make a port lemonade. So grab your glass, put in 5 ounces of our Finally Friday Red. Then we're gonna squeeze a whole half of a lemon in. That might seem like a lot, but as I've said before on this show, I am a citrus queen, so what can I say? And when that's all squeezed in there, we are gonna grab simple syrup, which if you don't know is 1 part sugar, 1 part water. You just boil it down. I'm lazy, so I bought it already prepared for me. And we're gonna do 2 ounces of that. And there we go. Top it off with some ice. Let's try it. This is good. It's good and it's not too sweet. So if you're not that into sweet cocktails, sweet wine, this is it for you. This is it.
That sounds delicious. But Finally Friday is our wine that has brandy in it, and it's our closest wine to a port. And so it definitely has a stronger alcohol content. So that was a good one for her to just mix, I think, with some citrus and not overdo it with adding some extra alcohol. Last week, she made one of my favorite drinks so far using the Marquette Rosé, and she added Chambord, I think is how you say it. And it's got, it's like a black raspberry liqueur. If you haven't seen all of her videos, we do have them up on our Facebook page, and we're trying to add them to our YouTube channel too. So if you've ever missed on the weekly updates, an episode of Allie's Poor Decisions, we do have those up on the Facebook page in their own series too. And we're working on getting the recipes up on our website so that you can just click on the recipe and see what ingredients you need and everything. So I love it. Amber says she needs to make her own recipe book, which is a great segue into the fact that we are making a cookbook for the winery. And we will definitely, I think probably like almost half of it is going to be Poor Decision wine cocktail recipes. And we've had a lot of our community send us some recipes from their kitchen. So if you haven't sent us a recipe yet for our cookbook, don't worry, you still have time. I am planning really far in advance, which is really a new thing for me. I'm not usually a planner like this. And so we're going to be making a cookbook, and we'll be including a lot of Allie's cocktail recipes, but then we're also looking for recipes from you guys that we can pair with our wines. So it can be really any food. So appetizer, dessert, entree, whatever you love to cook, or say you're going to a family gathering or something with friends, and they always say, hey, Amanda, you have to bring the buffalo chicken dip. Then if that's your recipe, we want to hear from you and add it to our recipe book that we're working on. So we will definitely be including probably a huge chapter of the Poor Decision recipes in that. So have no fear, Amber. She's going to be getting the recipe book here. And we also are working on a Poor Decisions cocktail menu. So a lot of the Poor Decisions recipes are ones that we can make at the winery. And so we're going to be making a special menu for the Poor Decision recipes. So when you come to the winery, you can order Allie's drinks. So like the one that she made tonight, you're going to be able to order that at the winery off of the Poor Decisions cocktail menu. So I'm really excited for this. I know one of her first couple drinks that she made, it was the Milton Mule, which was a raspberry Moscow Mule. And that one, we had some of the ingredients still at the winery, and so we were making them kind of by request, and it was a huge hit. And I'm sure almost all the other ones that she's been making will also be a big hit. So we're going to have a special Poor Decisions cocktail menu for you guys. So when you come into the winery, you don't even have to go through the trouble of getting the ingredients or doing anything at home. You can just come into the winery and order what you saw on Poor Decisions for the week and get a glass of it and enjoy it without having to bother with any of the steps and getting the ingredients and everything. So I love it. Becky says, I love auto captions. Apparently it captioned it finally Friday bread instead of fiery red. That's that's hilarious. Auto captions are awesome though. I know I watch a ton of videos in bed and my husband's sleeping, and so captions are great. Like obviously for people who are hearing impaired, it's amazing that they have that technology. And then for those of us who are insomniacs and have spouses, it's also amazing. Ooh, Alexis asked, will there be more wine Jello shots? Yes, Allie made up 2 fresh batches. This week we have a grape flavor and a raspberry flavor. So that's something we're also working on too, and that'll be on the Pour Decisions cocktail menu. So we'll probably switch it up every so often. We'll do different Jello flavors and different wines and mix it up every time. So those are going to be on the Pour Decisions menu too. And that's, something she's been working on each week, making different recipes, and her videos are so fun. So we're so happy to have her. And, Allie's not our only amazing team member though. And so I thought it was time that we checked in with some of our other team members and see what they're up to. So let's see what's going on back in the production room this week.
Welcome to Tank Talks with James, your host, James. We've got a lot going on in the winery this week. We're prepping for bottling Thursday morning. We're bottling the rest of our rainy day rosé for our members and our other fans. We're also doing our Finally Friday, and if you know anything about me, that's my #1 wine. Also, we've got our summer collection in the works. We're in phase 3 of that. That's going to be hitting the chiller tomorrow. Also, we are working on our next wine of the month. That's going to be pretty good. That is in the final phase, and the boss needs to order 1 more part for me to finish it. So that way we'll be ahead of schedule on that one. But there's a lot going on in the winery this week. Every week, come in and see me Saturday. It's not often I get to work weekends, every other weekend. But that's all I have for winery info. We've got a lot going on, and fun never ends.
Hopefully we can get some more information out of James, but I thought it'd be fun for you guys to see kind of what's happening behind the scenes. So that was just a quick recap of what James has going on this week. He's kind of playing catch up with some stuff. And then each week I'm hoping to get an update from him. We're calling it Tank Talk with James, and just getting an update on where a lot of the wines are at. And, he kind of touched base on what we're going to be bottling this week and some other wines that we have in the pipeline. For example, maybe you guys can guess. So he hinted at what our wine of the month is going to be for next week. And he's missing a component. And I want to see if you guys can guess. We'll come back to this, but take a guess and see. This is going to be a pretty hard question. So see if you guys can guess what he was saying I need to get ordered and finalized for before we can bottle our wine of the month for May, because we've got to get that done here pretty soon. And so if you guys have any guesses on what the missing component is, this is a tough question. I will be very amazed if someone gets it. But so James has a lot going on back in the production area, and I'm excited to add him onto our weekly winery updates and help have him fill you in on where some of the wines are at. Like, I know a lot of people have been asking about the summer collection, and he touched base on it a little bit, but that's hopefully going to be coming out in June is the plan right now. Maybe sooner, but we're on schedule for June so far. So we should be good for that. And then hopefully in May here, we're going to have the new wine of the month for May. And Tim's got a guess. So far, the guess is wax. That is incorrect. Keep guessing though, guys. If you guys have a guess on what James is missing, and so that we can get our wine of the month bottled for May. If anybody guesses it, I will we'll come up with some kind of fun prize. Otherwise, don't worry. I will let you know what the secret ingredient that he needs is by the end of this update video. Speaking of new wines and events that we have coming up, I am working with Can Do, which is a local organization in Janesville. If you haven't heard of them, look them up. They're amazing. They host a couple different events throughout the year, and one of them, a newer one, is called Dragons on the Rock. And we were there in 2019. They held the event at Traxler Park right on Rock River, and we made a special drink for them there. Well, this year, we're teaming up with Carry Ingredients, and we're going to be coming up with a special wine to help promote the event. And I came up with the name Dragon's Breath, and so I wanted to see what you guys thought about that. So this is going to be a wine that we're going to release ahead of Dragons on the Rock so that people can buy it by the bottle, and some of the proceeds will go to Can Do then, of course. And then you can also drink it at the event. So it's going to be an amazing event. They get these huge dragon boats, and you form a team and you race the dragon boat. And so that's the Dragons on the Rock. And so we're going to be coming up with Dragon's Breath. Let me know what you guys think of this name. I think it's awesome. And I'm also thinking this dragon looks pretty cool too. And what I'm leaning towards is making this a dragon fruit and either like jalapeno or habanero, and adding in maybe a little lemon or mango. And so it'll be like mostly sweet with just like a little tiny kick. So it won't have the kick like our jalapeno wine does, but something, just a real subtle kick to it. So if you guys have any feedback on what you think. So right now I'm leaning towards dragon fruit with either lemon or maybe tangerine or mango, and then either jalapeno or habanero. And then, so we're hoping to get that bottled, and then you guys can come and buy the bottles of Dragon's Breath, and we'll give, we'll have to do the math and everything and figure out what we'll be able to give back to Can Do. And then you can also come out to Dragons on the Rock and join us there at the event too. I know last time we had this event, we had some volunteers too. So hopefully as these events start picking up and everything, if you guys are ever interested in helping at any of those, feel free to reach out to us, because we love having volunteers and people from our community coming and helping us. So sounds like so far things are going pretty good with the people are liking the name. Amber says tangerine and habanero sound good. So awesome. Yeah, I am so excited for this. The Dragons on the Rock is such a fun event. And so coming up with a special wine just for that event is going to be amazing. So we've got that going on. We've got a lot of other fun stuff coming up here too. So boy, we've got music happening on Sunday. So live music with Jenna. If you guys joined us this last Sunday, we kicked off live music with Cindy and Mother Nature. Thank you. You cooperated perfectly. We were trying to go back and forth deciding whether we were going to do music. All of a sudden, the sun came out. It was the most beautiful weather, and everyone had an amazing time. As far as I could tell, I know I had a great time. It was so fun to see the patio full and the picnic tables and everybody. So definitely looks like this Sunday is going to be another like 60-degree, partly cloudy, perfect Sunday fun day to come on out for live music. Jenna Lynn is going to be performing this Sunday, and she's a newer artist that we've had out a couple of times, and seriously, she is one of the best that we have at the winery. And we have like some of the best entertainers in the area. And so when I say she's one of the best, I am not kidding. She is so talented. She is a music teacher as her profession. And then she performs like this just for fun. And she's so talented. And so if you haven't been out for Jenna, please come out on Sunday. You will not be disappointed. We are going to try live streaming it again. We did that on Sunday and technology cooperated. So if you can't make it out, even just tune into the live feed because Jenna's voice is amazing and you will not regret listening in on that. So Jenna's going to be stopping by on Sunday. Then on Friday, I will be hosting Family Feud Trivia, one of my favorite events that we host at the winery. And we do still have spots open at the winery. So if you and your team want to come and play in person, you can either message us or go on our website and make a reservation. It's going to be Friday at 6 o'clock. We will be playing it live too. So if you can't make it in, again, you can join us on the live feed for Family Feud. And it's really fun. So it doesn't matter your skill level. Family Feud Trivia is definitely an easier way to play trivia. And it's fun. I will say, so it's Family Feud, but there are some questions that are maybe a little bit more PG-13. So we've got that going on this Friday. And then coming up for next week, we do have yoga next Thursday. So not tomorrow, next Thursday. Right now, we are sold out, assuming we're going to be inside. So we're limiting yoga tickets for inside. And then if the weather cooperates and we can move yoga outside, we are taking waitlist names so that if we move it outside, then we'll be able to add more people. But last week when we hosted yoga at the winery, we had 10 people there. And that really, I think, was kind of the magic safe number with everything going on. We still are trying to be cautious and keep people spaced out. And so we're limiting the inside tickets to 10 people. And so right now we have sold out for inside. Then if we decide the weather's going to work out and we're going to move yoga outside, we will open up tickets then to the wait list and anyone else who is interested. So yoga is sold out, although we do have our dates for May. We're going to be having yoga May 6th and 20th. So if you haven't gotten tickets yet, those will be out soon. So you probably haven't gotten them yet. And then our other fun Thursday night activity we have going on is book club. That's going to be happening on April 20th. The book is Monogamy by Sue Miller, and we'll be getting together. This book, I haven't started reading it yet. I've been listening to a lot of other audiobooks lately. So hopefully in the next couple days, I'll be finishing the one I'm listening to, and then I'll get started on this one. But it sounds very good. Basically, super fast synopsis. This woman's husband passes away, and after he passes away, she finds out all these secrets about him, and he's apparently just this completely different person than who she thought he was. And so that's just the real short summary. If you're interested in joining us, go ahead and download or check out your book from your local library or Audible, however you listen or read to your books. And then, so we'll be meeting on the 29th for that. We've got Wino Bingo, of course, also happening this month. Project 1649 is our Wino Bingo charity. They're going to be joining us next Friday at 6 p.m. And we had them come on for our update last week. And so we'll be sharing some more information on them. They are an amazing organization that I honestly didn't really know that much about until they became one of our Wino Bingo charities. And so I am so happy that they are joining us and that we can help raise awareness for their amazing cause. We've got that going on. Of course, if you're enjoying the beautiful weather outside, you might want to come in and get a wine slushie. This week's slushie flavors, we're switching it up and we are making an old-fashioned slushie. Oh, so excited for this one. And then the Throwback Thursday ones were very, very popular. So I know a lot of people have been asking for them to come back. So we're bringing back the Throwback Thursday slushies this week too. So we're going to do a new flavor and then we're going to bring back the Throwback Thursday since it's everyone's favorite wine, our bottle bracket champion. And so we've got to fill our slushie machine back up with it. And we've got this bottle here is one of the to-go bottles. They're only $7 and it's like the perfect to-go size. We've got them for at the winery too. You can order a small or a medium. Small is $5, medium is $7, and then the to-go ones are $7. And we do have some of the previous week's flavors in the freezer. So if there is a flavor from one of the past weeks that you really want to try, just ask us if we have any of the to-go ones, because we have been making some to-go ones and putting them in our freezer before we clean out the machine. So you guys can still try some of the flavors from the prior weeks. Like my favorite so far has been the lemon lavender. Oh, it was so good. So we've got lemon lavender, strawberry basil, wine colada. There's a ton of flavors that we've got to-go ones made up. And then this week we'll have the old fashioned and Thursday in there. We also have a popular event that's going to be starting up here soon. Our Bags League is going to be kicking off on May 5th. It's going to be every Wednesday night. If you guys missed out on this event last year, it is the best league ever. It's so chill. Everybody just comes and plays for fun. And they're teams of 2, so make sure to, you're going to need a teammate. Although, honestly, like post in like Club Winston or our Herd Facebook group, if you don't have a teammate, I'm sure you can easily find one through our Facebook groups, because there are probably other people who would love to have a teammate as well. Or if you have someone who can come here and there, or even if you just want to be a team sub-in. So Bags League is going to be starting on May 5th. And to kick off Bags League on May 5th, we're going to be hosting a Cinco de Mayo Fiesta. It's going to be $10 a person for pretty much all you can eat tacos. We're going to have chicken and beef tacos set up. And the tickets are just $10 a person. So even if you're not coming for bags and you just want to come drink frozen margaritas or sangria, so I can guarantee you the slushie machine is going to be full of margarita and sangria that night too. So we'll have it on the rocks or frozen. And then we'll have a taco bar set up for only $10 a person. So I'm excited. And of course, we'll have the chips and salsa and the other fixings that need to go with tacos. That's going to be happening on May 5th. I've got one more update here for you guys. So we've been working on our new land, and I really need to come up with a fun name for this new land project. But right now I've got the ground uncorking. And so I wanted to show you what my husband and father-in-law were working on this weekend. So here's a quick clip, and then I'll explain it afterwards on what they were working on this last weekend. So what you saw there in the video was that field where they were using the tractor. That last year was a field of soybeans. And then the year before that, it was corn. And so right now, that field, they were leveling the field and trying to dig up essentially any roots or stalks that were left over from the corn and beans. And then they're going to be, then they were putting it into piles and burning it. And so that is the field that they were clearing is going to be where the vineyard will be. And right now the plan is to plant the new vineyard. I think May 22nd was the date that I last heard. So they have been, my father-in-law came up to visit, and him and my husband spent the whole rainy Saturday working at the new land. They got a ton of stuff moved and cleared. And so hopefully my father-in-law will be able to come back up here and help finish getting the land ready. And then the plan is to plant all of our vines. So right now we have ordered 1,500 vines that should be delivered in the middle of May. And then we plan to plant them around May 22nd is the tentative date on that. And I'm trying to come up with like a fun, like planting party or something. So if you guys have some good ideas on how you might want to get involved with it, if you want to, my other thought was maybe like an adopt a vine program. And so I've got some ideas, and if you guys have any or feedback on how we could make this more of an event and a fun thing, because the vine planting, it's going to be a lot, 1,500 vines. And I think it's going to take them, I'm estimating 2 days, but who knows? It could be more. It could be less. Like if you've seen my husband and his father work, they get stuff done. So it could, I wouldn't be surprised with some good helpers if they couldn't even get it done in 1 day. So things are happening. I am hoping next week to come up with some more of the building plans and give you guys a better update on what's happening as far as the construction goes. Right now, we're just kind of finishing the plans of the building. And then once I have those, then hopefully I can share them with you guys and give you some more details on what's to come. I still do not have an official groundbreaking date on the building, and I don't know when I will, but at least the vine planting is moving forward. We have control over that. With the building plans, those have to get approved by the state. And so that's going to be kind of one of our next biggest holdups is getting the plans approved by the state. So hopefully that will go fast and things will keep moving along. Connie says she likes the adopt a vine idea. So if you guys are into that too, let me know. And maybe we'll come up with some sort of vine adoption program so you can go visit your little vine that was planted. Yes. Amber says, hurry up, Wisconsin. We need our new winery. I love it. Man, I told you guys I had a lot to talk about. I wasn't kidding. My voice is getting hoarse, I think. Carrying the weight of the winery update on my shoulders is going to be a heavy one. If anybody wants to help guest host, let me know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed our new segments here with Tank Talk with James and the ground uncorking and updates with the new land. I'm going to keep you guys updated on what's happening there too. And it's going to be a fun spring and summer. There's just so much going on with events at the winery and events outside of the winery too. So hopefully you guys can join us either at the winery or at one of the other fun things that we've got going on. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight. And it's time for me to go finish this glass of wine and relax with my puppies. So thank you again, and hope to see you guys soon. Cheers.